If you are a student who wants better grades, stronger focus, and more control over your future, then this video is for you. Because today, we are not going to talk about studying in the usual boring way. We are going to talk about something deeper. How to train your brain to enjoy learning. How to stop running away from your books. And how to turn studying into a habit that actually feels rewarding. Because the truth is, most students do not fail because they have no dreams. They fail because their attention is being stolen every single day.
At 11:47 at night, Emma was sitting at her desk. Her textbook was open, her exam was only a few days away, and deep inside she knew she had to study. But every few minutes her hand moved toward her phone. One notification, one message, one short video, one quick scroll. She kept telling herself, just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes became 20. 20 became 1 hour, and when she finally looked back at the page, she felt guilty, tired, and disappointed in herself. The next morning, Emma woke up with the same question many students ask themselves: why can't I focus? Why do I know what I should do but still avoid it? But here is the truth. Emma was not a bad student. She was not stupid. She was not hopeless. Her problem was not that she had no dream. Her problem was that her brain had learned to enjoy easy rewards more than meaningful effort. And this is exactly where your student life can change.
Most students wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect mood. They wait for the day when studying will suddenly feel exciting. But successful students do not build their future only with motivation. They build it with a system. Because motivation can disappear in 1 minute, but a good system can carry you, even on the days when you do not feel ready. Think about this. Nobody is born addicted to discipline. Nobody is born loving difficult chapters, long notes, formulas, grammar rules, history dates, or exam pressure. Interest is created, focus is trained, confidence is built. The same brain that can get pulled toward a phone can also get pulled toward progress, but only if you teach it in the right way. Your brain is always looking for a pattern. When something feels easy, colorful, emotional, and rewarding, your brain wants to repeat it. That is why short videos are so powerful. They do not ask for effort, they give quick entertainment. They change every few seconds, and they make your brain feel busy without actually making your life better. But studying is different. Studying asks for patience. It asks you to think. It asks you to stay with one idea long enough to understand it. At first, that feels uncomfortable. But discomfort does not mean failure. It means your brain is entering the training zone. A weak student says, I will study when I feel like it. But a serious student says, I will train my brain until studying becomes normal. That is the difference. You do not need to force yourself to study for 10 hours in one day. You need to make learning feel clear, rewarding, and repeatable. Once that happens, studying stops feeling like a punishment, and slowly, it starts becoming part of your identity. So how do you do that? Let me give you a simple 3-step learning system. Step 1. Make the lesson easier to enter. Most students lose focus before they even start because their study session looks too heavy. They open a book, they see a long chapter, and immediately they feel pressure. Their brain says, this is too much, let's escape. So instead of starting with pressure, start with entry. Before you study, ask yourself one small question. What is the one thing I need to understand today? Not the whole book, not the entire syllabus, just one clear target. For example, do not say, I will study science. Say, today I will understand how blood moves through the body. Do not say, I will study math. Say, today I will solve 10 problems from this formula. Do not say, I will study English. Say, today I will learn how to write one strong paragraph. A clear target makes your brain feel safe. When the goal is small, starting becomes easier. And when starting becomes easier, consistency becomes possible. Then turn the lesson into something active. Do not just stare at the page and hope your memory will save everything. Read one small part, close the book, and explain it in your own words. Write one question from the topic. Draw one simple symbol or diagram. Create one example from real life. Your brain remembers better when it works with the information, not when it only looks at it. Studying is not just reading. Studying is understanding, testing, connecting, and repeating. This is why two students can sit with the same book for 1 hour and get completely different results. One student only moves their eyes over the lines. The other student asks questions, makes notes, solves problems, and explains the idea. The first student spends time, the second student builds skill, and in the long run, skill always wins. Step 2. Make progress visible. One reason students quit studying is because improvement feels invisible. You study today, but your result does not appear immediately. You revise a chapter, but no one claps for you. You solve problems, but your future still looks far away. That silence can make you feel like nothing is happening. But something is happening. Every focus session is changing your brain. Every solved problem is building confidence. Every page you understand is moving you one step away from fear. The problem is, if you cannot see your progress, you may stop believing in it. So you need to make progress visible. Take a notebook, a calendar, or even a simple sheet of paper. Write down what you study every day. Not in a complicated way, just write the date, the topic, and the time you focused. After every study session, put a check mark. That small check mark may look simple, but it sends a message to your brain. I showed up today. And when you see 5, 10, 15 check marks in a row, you begin to respect yourself. You start thinking, maybe I can actually do this. This is how discipline grows. Not through big speeches, not through emotional promises at midnight. Discipline grows when you keep small promises to yourself. If you say, I will study for 25 minutes, and you actually do it, your self-respect increases. If you repeat it tomorrow, your identity changes a little more. Slowly, you stop seeing yourself as someone who always avoids studying. You start seeing yourself as someone who keeps going. You can also use small rewards, but use them wisely. After a focused session, take a short break, drink water, walk for 5 minutes, listen to one song, talk to someone for a moment, but do not turn your reward into a trap. A break should refresh your mind, not steal the next 2 hours of your life. If your reward pulls you back into endless scrolling, then it is not a reward anymore. It is a distraction wearing a friendly face. Step 3. Protect your study environment. Focus is not only about willpower, focus is also about your surroundings. If your phone is beside your book, if your bed is calling you, if your table is messy, if notifications keep appearing, then studying becomes a fight. And if every study session feels like a fight, you will get tired quickly. So before you study, prepare your space. Keep only what you need: your book, your notebook, your pen, a bottle of water, maybe a simple clock. Remove the things that invite your mind to escape. Put your phone away from your hand. Turn on Do Not Disturb. If you need your phone for study, use it only for that specific purpose, and keep other apps closed. Your phone is not your enemy, but it should never become the boss of your attention. Also choose a regular study spot. It does not have to be beautiful. It does not have to look like a perfect study setup from social media. It only needs to be clean, simple, and connected with focus. When you sit in the same place, at the same time, again and again, your brain starts understanding the signal. This is where I work. This is where I learn. This is where I build my future. This is the secret many students ignore. They think success comes from one big day of hard work, but real success usually comes from repeated ordinary days. Same time, same place, same effort, same promise. Again and again and again. Now I want to give you a simple personal challenge. For the next 7 days, do not try to become a perfect student. Just become a student who does not quit. Choose one subject, choose one time, choose one place. Study for only 25 minutes with full focus. Before starting, write one target. During studying, keep your phone away. After finishing, write one line about what you learned. That is it. Day 1 may feel difficult. Day 2 may still feel boring. Day 3, your mind may try to escape. But by day 4 or day 5, something small will begin to change. You will feel a little more control. You will understand a little faster. You will feel less afraid of the book. And by the end of the week, you will have proof that you can keep a promise to yourself.
That proof is powerful. Because the biggest change in a student's life does not begin when the exam result comes out. It begins when the student starts believing, I am not helpless. I can train myself. I can improve. Once you believe that, no chapter feels impossible forever. No subject feels too scary forever. No failure becomes the end of your story. Remember Emma from the beginning? Her life did not change in one night. She did not throw her phone away. She did not suddenly become perfect. She simply made one decision. Before touching her phone at night, she gave 25 minutes to her future. At first it felt small, but small effort repeated daily became a habit. Habit became confidence. Confidence became better results, and better results made her want to continue. That is how studying becomes powerful. Not because someone forces you, not because someone shouts at you, not because you are afraid of failure. Studying becomes powerful when you understand that every focused minute is a vote for the person you want to become. One day, your future self will look back at your current life. That future version of you will remember the nights you wanted to quit, but stayed. The mornings you wanted to scroll, but opened the book. The moments you felt behind, but still kept moving. And that future version of you will be thankful that you did not waste your student life only chasing comfort. Your phone will always offer you something easy. The world will always give you distractions. People will always tell you what is trending, what is funny, what is entertaining, and what everyone else is doing. But your dream needs something different. Your dream needs attention. Your dream needs patience. Your dream needs the quiet effort that no one sees at first. So from today, do not ask, why is studying so hard? Ask, how can I make studying easier to start, easier to repeat, and harder to escape from? Make the lesson clear. Make progress visible. Protect your environment. Take the 7-day challenge, and slowly you will feel the change. You do not need to study because everyone is watching. You need to study because your future is waiting. You do not need to be the smartest student in the room. You need to be the student who keeps improving. You do not need a perfect life to begin. You only need one focused session, one honest promise, and one decision to stop giving your best energy to distractions. Make learning your daily habit. Make focus your strength. Make discipline part of your identity. And one day, the same study table that once felt boring will become the place where your future started. If this video gave you a new way to think about studying, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And comment below, are you ready to take the 7-day study challenge? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.